Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LOCKBEARD Phenomena number 88, Convincing. It's May 13th, 2023, Saturday, Saturn's Day. See, Uncle Bones is here. Old Soldier, Mr. Lee, Lady of the Woods, Angel. Welcome, everybody. Then our regular Saturday, so I know I didn't do any live streams all week. Just ain't been able to pull it off. Let me pull this up. There was an article in March on Outside Online, the 10 most convincing Bigfoot sightings. I have a feeling that all of y'all will not agree that all of these are convincing. So let's take a look at it. Make sure my chat's working. Looks like things might be bogged down, but maybe not. Hold on. No, looks fine, I think. Yep. Yep. All right. Angel says we're listening. Good deal. Just seemed awful quiet. I didn't know if we were still running or not. So like I said, this is an article on Outside Online from March. The 10 most convincing Bigfoot sightings. Bigfoot seem to pop up in a lot of places, but he sure is elusive when it comes to having his photo taken by Lauren Kent. For decades, people around the world have been fascinated with the legend of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, or whatever you choose to call it. Sightings of a furry, upright biped and reports of beastly footprints have been reported from as far afield as the Himalayas. Although no definitive proof exists, the often questionable reports continue adding up. Outside plunged into the deep, dark corners of this subculture to compile the most famous, perhaps the most convincing Bigfoot photos ever captured. Here is the evidence. Is Bigfoot real? You be the judge. The most famous Bigfoot photo, arguably the most famous and influential Bigfoot footage, is the 1967 film shot by Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin in Northern California. The Bigfoot walk it depicts has been parodied by many, but never truly replicated. Even with this enhanced image, it's hard to tell if it's a person in a gorilla suit or the real deal. In this case, it's hard to be sure about this. The footage from back then is not that clear, and so there could be a possibility that we're dealing with a suit, and people have analyzed it and fiddled with it and modified it and just over and over again, just coming back to this film because it's hard to believe that a costume that was very convincing could have been created back in the time when movies like The Planet of the Apes was a thing. How can a couple yahoos in the woods pull off something that looks more convincing than the movies? Um, but you can see the people in the movies a lot more clearly than you can here. This face mask, if it's a face mask, could be uh, very fake looking if we had a clear look at it, but we do not have a clear look at it. People didn't even realize there were tits on the dang thing until later on. And, you know, perhaps they're wrong about that. Perhaps that's not what we're seeing. I mean, you can't be really sure. So, I don't know. It's pretty. I don't know if it qualifies as being very convincing, but kind of convincing, perhaps. Marble Mountain Bigfoot. A youth group was camping in the Marble Mountain Wilderness, California, when leader Jim Mills noticed a strange looking creature skulking along a ridge nearby. He filmed it for nearly 7 minutes, making the somewhat grainy footage the longest video of an alleged Bigfoot sighting. This is so inconclusive. It could be just a person walking up there. We don't know. So I don't see how this should be considered convincing. But maybe to some people it is. Eric Shipton's snowy Bigfoot footprint. British explorer Eric Earl Shipton snapped this photo while trekking through the Himalayas in 1951, alleging that the footprint belonged to a Yeti. In 2014, Christie's auction house in London capitalized on the worldwide interest in Bigfoot and sold the original photo for nearly $5,000. Yeah. That one's kind of strangely shaped to me. It's an awful swollen big toe, or perhaps it's just the way the individual set their foot down. Because in the snow, it's not going to lay not a nice perfect footprint every time it takes a step. Nothing does. So that could be just the problem here. I don't know. Without someone to really properly analyze the footprint in person, which good luck doing that when it's in snow. It's going to be gone pretty quick before anyone can get there. You just can't be sure if this is not a faked footprint. But so there's just not enough. It's just not enough to go on here. We don't know. We just don't know. The deformed looked footprint again, like I said, creatures put down footprints that don't look right all the time because every step isn't perfect. Some would say slide. Sometimes they're fucking sliding any direction, really, especially in slippery circumstances like the snow. But one example that I have to bring up is when these mud flood imbeciles bring up so-called human footprints. They say they're human footprints with dinosaur footprints. What they fail to mention is the footprints that they claim look like humans are part of the trackway. And if you look at all the prints in the trackway, you can see it's a dinosaur trackway. It's just that a couple of the footprints came out weird and looked kind of human. And so they declared, oh my gosh, there's humans walking with dinosaurs. No, that is dinosaur footprints. You mud flood people are complete idiots. So you just stop. You're embarrassing yourselves. Independence Day, Bigfoot. I think most people feel like this isn't, well, there's a lot of people that are on the woo side that'll take anything that looks slightly a shadow, anything, they'll take it. So I don't know. I probably shouldn't say most people, but this, amongst the more critical thinking crowd, this one seems to be rejected as real. Called the Independence Day film, a beast was caught in a remarkably clear video that shows an alleged adult Bigfoot walking through the woods with a cub kid in tow. Yeah, don't call them cubs. The filmmaker and exact location are unknown, and many skeptics claim that there is a telling visible seam in a gorilla suit. Well, I don't know if I could make out a visible seam, but this film I just don't think is convincing. It could easily have been faked. Provo Canyon Bigfoot. In October 2012, a group of siblings hiking in Provo Canyon thought they spotted a bear in the woods and started filming. When the creature stood up on two legs, the hikers ran, abruptly ending the shaky video. A year later, the siblings launched a Kickstarter campaign to investigate other Utah Bigfoot sightings. Again, this is another case of you don't get a very good look at what's there. It could easily be a person in a suit. So I just don't know that you can call it convincing. Let's see, the next one, Allegheny Bigfoot. Yeah, I don't know what's there, but I don't think that's a Bigfoot. In 2007, hunter Rick Jacobs captured some of the most famous Bigfoot images to date with a camera mounted to a tree in Pennsylvania's Allegheny National Forest. His camera also captured clear photos of bear cubs, offering evidence that the unidentified animal was not ursine. Ursine refers to bears, Ursus, the genus name. But skeptics believe the animal is just a bear sick with mange. Yeah, I don't think this one looks very convincing. Johnstown's smelly Bigfoot. Locals in Johnstown, Pennsylvania were baffled by a footprint measuring 17.75 inches found near a residential home in 1980. According to the Associated Press, the footprint coincided with reports of strange noises and a strong but unusual odor in the area. That footprint looks so whack. It makes me think it's just, just a depression that looked kind of footprintish, and these people jumped the gun thinking this is a footprint. I mean, it might be. I don't know, but I'm gonna say absolutely not convincing. Washington's Blue Mountain Bigfoot sighting in 1994. Former U.S. Forest Patrolman Paul Freeman claimed he saw a family of Bigfoots in Washington's Blue Mountains. The video is shaky and grainy, but has been deemed the real deal by so-styled Bigfoot experts. Bigfoot sightings in Washington's state parks are a steady source of intrigue for fans of the elusive simian. Yeah. Again, another one that's just not good enough to be anything really convincing, inconclusive. Mississippi Bigfoot. Mississippi resident Josh Highcliffe captured video of this potential Bigfoot while hunting on his property in 2013. Afraid to go back to the woods, he posted the footage to YouTube asking for help to identify the animal or for a prankster to come forward. Is this one convincing? Provo Bigfoot number 2. A hiker was walking through the Utah hills near Provo Canyon in 2012 when he spotted a large animal in the woods. As he approached, the animal stood up on 2 legs and started throwing rocks at him, supposedly a trademark behavior of Sasquatches. So, again, not good enough, not clear enough. But this could have been 2 different people seeing the same prankster for all we know. So, I don't know what their definition of conclusive is. Or convincing. But really nothing here is all that convincing. The Patty film may be the most just because of the time it was taken and a lot of doubt coming from the ability to pull off a costume of sufficient quality, even for the low quality film. It seems like it's probably the most convincing of all of these. And lady says, I think that we are just quiet at the moment. Yeah. Uncle Bones says, eating dinner. Eating dinner. Good deal. Mr. Lee says, I'm looking at the boobs. They just don't look real. No offense to ladies. Angel says, Mr. Lee, they are hairy, so hard to define shape. Plus, she never has worn a bra. Yeah, but no, the placement seems a little low, but maybe older and droopier. Hey, sometimes when you get old, them things go past your belt line. If you're a really unlucky individual. Raptor says, hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening. Angel, women should never wear bras. It's bad for you. Yeah. That's one thing humans went for millions of years without bras, and why do they suddenly need them? Bad enough that they cover them up. Mr. Lee says that looks like fella with a black backpack on. Yeah. Hiker with a pack. Stuttering John, his new name in here. Welcome. Says it is time to take down. If you have a friend, no, they are. Well, I'm not repeating your comment. You really need to take that kind of talk elsewhere. Mr. Lee says, Raptor, I disagree. Some ladies need support, otherwise their back hurts. Angel says, Raptor, depends on what they're doing. Running, horseback riding could be dangerous. True, knock themselves out. Mr. Lee says, Angel, yeah, I've known some ladies to suffer terrible back problems. My girlfriend doesn't have that problem. Mr. Lee says the Independence Day footage is a hoax. Raptor says, I understand you don't need to break a kneecap when you're walking or running. What the hell? Allegheny Bigfoot, have not seen that one. Some think a mangy bear. Yeah. Your dad from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. A lot of people said that it was a bear. Could have been. Could have been. Some bears can be inbred, mistaken for Sasquatch. Mr. Lee says. Angel says, Mr. Lee, some do not really know what a bear in the wild looks like. Depends on the angle that they're looking at. Indeed. Yeah. The lady says the only photo clear enough to have an opinion about is the PG film frame. Mr. Lee says, Angel, I would have no idea. Icons here says, Felito Achaeos, did I miss Patty's flappy tatties already? Well, we didn't look at the film. We just had a picture of it. Where's Donald? He likes to talk about Patty's backside. I don't know where Donald's at. I don't know, Mr. Lee. Uncle Bone says Stuttering John is gone. Lockbearded is a troll. I've seen in other chats saying the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know that that kind of talk isn't going to be looked on kindly on by YouTube. Although, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that the whole, Trump's family's basically becoming Jewish, basically, because they're all, his kids are marrying Jews, and the one that didn't had a Jewish wedding. So it would appear that they have joined the religion or something. Something's going on there. I mean, if if your kid gets married to someone and has a Jewish wedding, when he's not the one marrying a Jew, his sibling is. That's kind of makes me wonder if they're converting the whole family or something, or if something kind of difference going on there. I don't know. Icon says, well, the bear is here. The bear is here. Mr. Lee says, did anyone receive an email about Joe's channel, Bigfoot Atheist? Apparently he deleted his old channel by accident and has 0 subs again. How did he do that? That's crazy if that happened. I wonder if he could get YouTube to restore it. Of course, YouTube is not helpful at all about anything, so I wouldn't hold your breath, but went back to resubscribe. He posted it on Facebook. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me see if I can find it. It says he's starting over. Maybe he could think about changing that name. The name's gonna turn people off. It just is. It's not worth it. But he can do what he wants. I'm just saying. There he is. There he is. So it looks like he's had well, he's not live right now, is he? Huh. Bigfoot Atheist Inquiry. I found it. Subscribe again, Wes Shane. Yeah. Hit the wrong button. How in the world? I need to figure out where that button is so I don't do that. He said he has some content still on StreamYard. Yeah. If he linked up the new channel, he ought to be able to get it over there. So it looks like I don't know if he's been live a couple times a day. On most platforms, they give you a limit of 30 days to restore your content. He was live this morning at 11:30 Eastern. Yeah, I'm seeing that here. Like it shows 6 hours ago, 12 hours ago, 15 hours ago. So maybe those are just re-uploads, so there won't be any chat. Yeah, he's gonna have to, and because you have to wait 24 hours to do something. I can't remember what it was. Well, just to go live at all. So, needs a backup channel. He needs a backup channel. Like with mine, because this is we're on the backup channel right now, and so got to play it cool about what we say because both channels are under threat from YouTube, the deletion. So what Joe could do is set him up another channel on his account, and he could live stream to both channels, and then they when he live streams it instantly at the same time it's going on both channels, because you remember I've done that once or twice before. But also what he needs to do is if he has one channel or two channels, either one, because you can link up because I got both my YouTube channels linked up, synced with Rumble. So in about a day after a video is uploaded, a short, a live stream, anything that goes on this channel or either one of my channels gets moved over to Rumble automatically. So you can preserve all this stuff on Rumble, and Rumble's never going to censor you. So if he hasn't figured out Rumble yet, that I would suggest that he do that. And then as far as live streaming to Rumble, you got to finagle that. You can set it up, but it's I haven't been able to pull it off yet. It's going to cost some money, and I ain't got none. So, so I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know how he deleted his channel. That's crazy. Someone more tech savvy than me maybe could help him, says Angel. Well, I don't know. I'm not all that tech savvy. Well, maybe I'm more tech savvy than some people, I guess. But help him do what? Help him. I don't know what I could. There's nothing I could do. Like what he should try to do is really try to get in contact with someone at YouTube and say, "Hey, look, I accidentally deleted my channel. Can you put it back?" But I don't know if that's possible. I don't know what I could do, Mr. Lee. Just the advice I just gave is he should set up a backup channel like I have. I think it would be ideal. Now I'm not going to be live streaming to both channels because apparently it drives everybody nuts. Besides, if something happens in a live stream that gets the channel a strike, that would get both channels a strike if they're equally striking channels. which I don't think they do. I think they pick on certain ones that they don't like, which they probably don't like either one of my channels, so whatever. But that's something he could do. He could set up a 2 channels and two YouTube channels, and then set it up on StreamYard to live stream to both channels. And of course, but I don't know if that'd be worth it to him to do that and try, because he doesn't ever get taken down that I'm aware of. He's never had his channel put on suspension that I'm aware of. So even if he doesn't do that, he really should set up a Rumble channel and then sync his YouTube channel with his Rumble channel. And then everything he puts on YouTube will be moved over to Rumble within about a day. So he's automatically getting everything backed up over on Rumble. Now there's the link. Uncle Bones posted the link to Bigfoot Atheist Inquiry. Yeah. You'd certainly contact YouTube if that happened to me, Joe. Sorry, man, says Mr. Lee. Seems like there was something else of interest here in the last week or week and a half, and I can't remember, in the Bigfoot circles. Is there anything unusual going on? Any more known hoaxers popping their head up again when they should just stay away? Because I don't remember. It seemed like there was something, but I can't remember now. Probably something, whatever it is, I bet Brent's talking about it. Let me see here. See if I can find a lady says I don't pay attention to any of it. Pointless. Got way too many subscriptions, but all right, here we go. See what he's been talking about over here. There we go. Mark Zasky, Crypto Reality Exposed 3 days ago. Bigfoot evidence. Bigfoot hoax attempted. Caught on camera. Discussion of Bob Gimlin. Demon audio. Recent Bigfoot outing. Bigfoot blunder. Ben's Bigfoot encounter location. Long-term Bigfoot audio recorder. Getting 2 weeks back now, so be able to catch him, which we already talked about. None of that sounds like what something's nagging in my head, but I don't know. I don't remember. Put Daniela Zasky interview back up again. Oh, really? Was that one of those that did it? Was it kind of like this?
Listen to me. Like I do this all the time. And if I go out at the house with the door, Matthew has his toys, and then Matthew has all his toys. Linda, listen. Linda, listen.
Okay, what?
Like everything they do at this house, you can't trust everything at Grandma's house. Listen to me. Look it. If we do something, if you get that bird thing off, you're gonna break it. Lick it. Linda, lick it. If we do something right out this, if we get.
Sound anything like that? Lady says, God, I love that one. Oh man. Lady says, "No, that is creative and gets the point across." Yeah. Though, you know the woman's voice in that video. I cut most of her parts out of the audio, but anyway, you still hear in part of it. It sounds sounds kind of like Nikki. Sounds kind of like Nikki. And so that's what this Mark Zasky crypto reality. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Mark Zasky crypto reality exposed on the Tall Ones channel. It's a 2-hour deal right there. Mr. Lee says, "Now that's a dog man. I always suspected it because nobody should have eyebrows as thick as that." Well, I don't know if that makes him a dog man, Mr. Lee. His man, he got some pretty prominent eyebrows. They don't seem to stand out as much as I'm losing names now. I forget the guy's name. He's a political commentator, Jewish guy. Kind of usually addresses things on a right wing kind of material. I forget his name. Anyway, that dude's got some really prominent eyebrows. But I don't think he's a dog man, Mr. Lee. I don't think Mark Zasky's a dog man either. I think he's just an asshole. And Sam Donaldson. Sam Donaldson. Let's see if we can find a picture of him. He's not the guy I'm talking about, but here we go. I found a picture of him. Does that work? See if I can get zoomed in. That's not a very clear picture, is it? That's not a very clear picture. How about this one? That much more better. Who was I thinking about? Sometimes I lose everybody's names. There we go. He's got some serious eyebrows going. Still not a dog man though, Mr. Lee. I wish I didn't have this issue where I forget everybody's names. Yeah, that's who it is. It's Ben Shapiro is who I'm thinking about. Ben Shapiro. he needs to tone those things down a little bit. Just a little bit. Andy Rooney. No, not Andy Rooney. This is who I was thinking about, but I guess they aren't that bad. Maybe it's just because they're really dark. Mr. Lee says, bet you've been eating ramen again. No. That would explain lack of memory. No, but yeah, I've been eating some stuff I shouldn't be eating, Mr. Lee. That's true. Well, that one guy earlier was not that troll. It's too bad he didn't hang around. I'm sure he would have some crazy shit to say right now. But he probably shouldn't be throwing out the anti-Semitic stuff because that's not going to get anybody on your side on an issue. There's plenty of things to criticize old Donald on if you want to criticize Donald, but at this point, probably shouldn't bother. Maybe I'll find we need an Andy Rooney to compare, I guess. Hold on a second. Yep, there we go. Now that's some serious bushy eyebrows right there. Man, he needs to I don't know, do something. He needs to do something about that. That's just out of control. I mean, he probably got to comb those things out. Icon says there's got to be enough squirrel to hunt by you. Man, squirrels, tree rats, man. There ain't enough meat there to mess with. Not for me, anyway. Why are we comparing eyebrows? Apparently, well, Mr. Lee commented on Mark Zasky's eyebrows being an indication that he is the dog man. Well, hopefully, now Mr. Lee, you probably want to be careful spreading rumors like that because if a certain complete idiot gets it in his head that Mark Zasky's a dog man, he might go and put 400 rounds in him and then tell you that they all bounced off. Everybody knows what moron that is. Needs a trim. They take a chainsaw of that. I mean, how do you get to that point without looking at your face and thinking, it's probably do some landscaping here. Mr. Lee says, Icon, the squirrel makes a good and loyal pet. They can alert you to danger, as can the peacock. Just saying. Icon says they make a great pet. A little nutty, though. Mr. Lee, so when are you going to get on camera and tell your paranormal experiences? Huh? You've been hanging around a long time, and don't you think it's about time you got on camera and told all? Well, what am I looking for? There is someone who I don't know if they want to be named sent me this video. So maybe we should take a look at it. Well, yeah, that's why you gotta get on camera though and explain. You can get on camera and explain yourself. So we haven't talked about this Yahoo in a while. DDoS, the fake prophet, on the Adjudicators channel. Have we talked anything about the Adjudicator before? I think we probably have a little bit when we did the DDoS episode last year. Well, just go look at it and you'll have an idea as to what the agenda is over there. Let me I'll go ahead and try to put the link in the chat myself. But we might as well go ahead and take a look at this here video. I don't know what the other language and stuff here is. Some kind of Russian or something. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape, it says. Is that all?
Since we're on this, let's talk about the supernatural aspects of it. So that's what this is about, right? That's what the initial show was. Y'all are getting a lesson in spiritual warfare 101 every single day, every single hour, day to day. I'm talking with folks. I'm praying with folks. People can look at whatever they want and say whatever they want about me. The folks who know me, they know me. I don't care what anybody said. I've never met most of the people. There's a handful that I have that turn their hearts against me, like my ex-girlfriend and my ex-roommate, who are now engaged to be married. The salacious video where I beat women, and it's a 4-second clip. No evidence exists of any of these accusations launched against me, yet they're propelled by people who embrace me as friend and brother. Strange. It makes no sense, but I don't even really care, because you're not my friend and brother if you can embrace me in one moment and then not only just allow people to try to chop me down, but engage in it and lead it. I forgive you. I forgive you for everything you've ever said about me. I forgave it in the moment when it hit my ears. I just don't understand, bro. Now, it would probably, like I said, you.
They think I'm hiding in the shadows, but I am the shadows.
Yeah, I don't know if that music was gonna go good with the YouTube.
Since we're on this, let's talk about the supernatural aspects of it.
Well, didn't tell you to play again. Yeah, I don't think I'm not sure the music might have tripped off the algorithm and got it shut down. That would have sucked. So that's why I turned it down. Mr. Lee says, anybody that says I don't care what anyone says about me cares. Trust me. And Raptor says, who was the guy talking on the video? That was DDoS. You saw his picture in there. Let me see if I can. Right there. If you want to know more about this Yahoo, see, DDoS is a big pusher of the idea that Dogman is real and apparently abuser of women. If you look at the charges and stuff, pretty rough stuff. So, anyway, if you go over Raptor, if you go over on, well, you can find my original channel. It's still on YouTube, and look at one of my. It's like it was in. Isn't what was it within the first 10 live streams of LOCKBEARD Phenomena, Mr. Lee, I believe. Anyway, there's an episode of LOCKBEARD Phenomena that's talking about DDoS, and I was threatened with legal repercussions over that and everything. Anyway, it's still, I can't access that channel anymore, but YouTube kept it for themselves, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know how to get it off of there. But or you could go over to Rumble, and all of my videos are over on Rumble, and the DDoS live stream is over there too, where we're talking about some of the bad stuff about this guy. Anyway, he's decided to roll back up into the cryptid community when he probably just needs to slink away, go do something else. Bad news. I don't know that Tex of Texas Front Porch ever properly disavowed this guy, because he used to be buddy with this guy. So I don't know, but he needs to. But of course, Tex pushes Dogman bullshit too. I'm not, Dogman is such a ridiculous claim that you cannot trust the judgment of a person that pushes Dogman. You just can't, because he says, "Well, I saw several of them." Blah blah blah. No, you probably saw. You were a kid. You probably saw some dogs or something, man. Coyotes, maybe some wolves if you're lucky. I think he was down pretty far south for it to be wolves, but it could have been wolves. I don't know. But anyway, DDoS, yeah. Lady says there's an interesting meme that went around a few years ago that said, "What other people think of me is none of my business." That was an interesting take, I thought. Mr. Lee says the interview that DDoS and Carrie Arnold did was very convincing, though. Well, that's what the whole game is for those types of people, right? Is they convince you that this thing is legit. So you keep watching, and they get you sucked in on the bullshit. That's one of the reasons why I'm in the middle of all this myself, is because there's just too much of the bullshit. There needs to be more voices calling out the bullshit. And that was bullshit. Now, later on, he deleted a lot of that DDoS stuff off of his channel. So that should be noted. Raptor says, I remember him a couple years ago, watched a couple videos, wasn't impressed. Yeah, he's a wholly unimpressive individual in any way you can imagine. Mr. Lee says, Lady Woods, I agree with that comment. Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard DDoS, watch it. Is that my, let me see if I can see. Is that my old channel, Mr. Lee? Is that what you posted in there? Let me see. Dang, were we on for 5 hours and 40 minutes? Dang. Yeah, that's it right there. That is it. Lee says, "What do you think will be accomplished by calling out bullshit?" Well, when you got people as new people come into it, young people come into it, they may end up having to wade through all the same crap that many of us have had to wade through. So they need people to help them get past it. Say, look, this is what, because there may be some things they don't think about, like, why is this BS? Why this don't make any sense? So there needs to be more people trying to help them get past all the crap, or they'll get sucked in by the DDoSes and the vaulted nonsense and all these Yahoo channels. They could be over there wasting 3 hours a night, about every night of the week with Dave. Oh, what do they call that show? Anyway, it's full of complete bullshit. It's all bullshit. But the battle's going to rage on, like, because people that are otherwise pretty intelligent and might actually go out and do some real good investigation might get sucked into all the bullshit and start believing all that. Well, they might believe the likes of Patrick Vaughn, who's figured out the equation and has supposedly witnessed Bigfoot's getting busy and birthing babies and and just fall for all that crap. They'll be out there, doing knocks according to the Patrick Vaughn method and accomplishing precisely dick instead of actually maybe doing something half-assed scientific when they're out there. So the calling out has to keep happening, because if we don't, and because there's a lot of people out there like, you're not doing anything good. They want us to be quiet so that they can just bullshit people, and like some of the channels that have been brought up here, raking in money for nothing, for a story, and that's it. Not any actual thought, no actual critical thinking about stuff. Sorting out, like, because a lot of people, they don't have a whole lot of scientific education, and it's just because it's not their subject. They studied something else or got a career doing something that's not a college education, that is equally as valuable to the world as any college educated job. But not everybody has because if you think you learned any science in in high school, you you barely scratch the surface, and two, a lot of that's just there's a lot of inaccuracies. Like most people, I've had people who've come out of high school, even though they studied, like, you learned about evolutionary biology in high school a little bit, but some BS got in there, and it was inadequately explained. So I end up with people who are questioning some of this stuff. Well, they question evolutionary biology, and then we get to talking to them about it, they actually don't understand it at all. They think they do, but they do not. Like, I've had grown ass men ask me, well, why aren't monkeys turning into humans now and walking out of the jungle? I'm like, you do understand that's not how this freaking works, right? um, no clue how evolution works, but he's got this image in his head that monkeys are just going to spontaneously turn into men and walk out of the jungle. That's, absolutely ridiculous. This is the product of our public education system. uh, so, but even so, like, not everyone's going to be quite on that level of stupid, but but most people, they barely know anything about evolutionary biology, and a lot of them had pre-existing ideologies that that challenge the science of evolutionary biology. They challenge it based on, well, and these same people haven't actually read the very religious text that they're basing this challenge upon. So they don't understand that there's no commandment. There's nothing in there that says thou shalt not believe in evolutionary biology. It's not there. And so I would suggest, and nowhere does it say how old the Earth is. Like, they all operate off this idea, like the Earth is only 6,000 years old. Show me the verse where it says that. It doesn't say it. They tried to extrapolate that. There all the times you got those people getting in there trying to code break the thing, the Bible code, And you still got yahoos who try to predict the end of the world and do it over and over again, and it never happens. And it says specifically in there that no man knows the day or the hour. So what kind of sacrilegious piece of shit's trying to predict the end of the world when it tells you right there that you're not going to know? So why are you telling people you know? You're a liar. You're a liar. And the congregation should be able to read the Bible themselves and see that it says specifically that no one's going to know. And yet this asshole preacher up here is telling me when the last day is going to be. And they stay in his congregation when they should all walk the hell out. As soon as a preacher tells you he knows when the last day is going to be, he's full of shit and you should walk out. Dealing with all this bullshit. So it needs people out here to sort it out, people that actually have some scientific education, who can tell you that something like Bigfoot, it could very, very easily exist. Something like Dogman is way harder to justify that based on known science, known examples of life, the fossil record. The Dogman is way, when you're talking about some kind of upright, of course, they're going to try to say, well, some of them try to say that, talk about Dogman, that this is some kind of government experiment where they've spliced together men and dogs. I'm like, no, that's not what's going on here. What I think is going on is it's just ancient legend. The werewolves have been a legend for a very long time. And humans having coexisted in a partnership, in a symbiotic relationship with dogs for thousands of years, tend to attribute, we anthropoject, what do you call it? Anthropomorphism, where we project human qualities onto other things, animals, sometimes inanimate objects. Some people name their car and call it a he or a she, and I'm like, no, this isn't it. It's a thing, it has no brain, so, but whatever. But so anyway, it's a legend resulting from humans having a lot of interaction with canines and wolves, and because canines come from wolves, so in the early days, we were literally hanging out with wolves that we befriended. And we really still are. It's just that we've altered them a lot. We've changed them. We've bred them. And so as a result, you get legends that build up and they change over time, and you put those images into little kids' heads, and you tell the stories. And when the ancient tribal elders were telling stories around the campfire to the kids in the evening, and it's just built up upon itself. So you end up with these legends, and when you got these images put in your head, your brain can start to play tricks on you, thinking you saw that particular thing when you really didn't. So I know I touched on a whole bunch of different things, but hopefully you can make sense of all that. Raptor says, yeah, that DOS guy was on Bigfoot Odyssey. I said some stuff and got blocked that night too. Yeah, serious question. Yeah, that's it, Lockbeard. What's it, Mr. Lee? Batmom's here. Hey, what's up? Lady says Seth Godwin made a career out of convincing people to pursue people like us do things like this. Batmom, hello. Cleaning and listening. Lady says, how about leading by example? I don't know, just suggestion. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, there's got to be people doing that as well. I mean, trust me, I'd like to be out there trying to do some actual searching, but I can't afford to. Unless some show up right here where I'm stomping half the time, and I don't know that there are any in the area. Like, yeah, I would like to travel and go to places and get some equipment and try to find various paranormal things, ghost, Bigfoot, maybe even try to spot UFOs or something. But that all costs money, and I'm not getting any. I'm getting very little money off of YouTube. So, so the best thing I can do at this point until then is just try to talk some sense into some people, talk them down off those ledges of Dogman ledges and Mothman and people thinking that they're part alien and portals and just all this ridiculous stuff that just flies in the face of logic and reason and anything that we know from science, and until things change financially to where I can do something. But until then, there's nothing I can do. There's just nothing I can do. Lady says you don't want a lot of people weird how the Bigfoot bunch has done no tribe building. What? Mr. Lee says, I never liked most of the subjects at school. I learned how to make a pinhole camera, and I liked dissecting animals. That's about it. There's Donald. He says, hey, buddy, how late am I? Welcome to the chat, Donald. I'm sure Mr. Lee will tell you. And he did. He said, Donald, you are late, and unfortunately, you missed everything again. Well, he's here halfway through, Mr. Lee. Donald says, Mr. Lee, I can't take it no more. I'm late for everything. Haven't heard much flat earth rubbish lately, says Mr. Lee. Yeah, they're out there. I mean, they always show up on the monkey stream in the chat a little bit, and they're out there. These morons, these imbeciles, these people who don't understand. Well, as Bart K would say, dick about fuck. Donald says, hey, Uncle Bones, Lady Woods. Alarm clock. Needs an alarm clock. Angel says, Donald, you missed Joe. Bigfoot Atheist somehow deleted his channel by accident, so need to resub to him. Yep. Indeed you do. Get him oil changed. Sure. Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard, now hold on a minute. Werewolf exists, just saying. Oh, yeah? Show me one piece of evidence for that. Real evidence. Batmom says, I never liked any of the subjects in school either, Mr. Lee. Donald says, Angel, yes, I got a DM from Jen this morning. How the heck do you delete a channel? What the fuck happens? Not sure what he did. How much alcohol was involved? Donald says, Batmom Vault's really lost his sanity and what he is up to lately. I hope on what he is up to lately. I hope my thorn really helps. Your thorn? You trying to be a thorn in his side? Is that what you're saying? Michelle Lee says, Batmom, I had zero interest. I did like the classics in English history, like Charles Dickens, only because I like to read. Raptor says, sounds like Joe just hit the button on accident the way he talked the other night. Lady says, I wasn't suggesting that you do a big search. Work with what you have where you are. The subject needs recorded. No fines as well as for science. Well, you can probably count all my upload series when I'm walking around in the woods and stuff here. You know, not too far off the beaten path, but you know, it's I can only go so far. You know, there's fences and stuff like that. You can't be trespassing and stuff like that. So those, that there's those, if you want to count those, where I'm just walking around the woods talking about stuff. But, you see the dogs, you see some dog eye shine. You see what some of the crap that they're doing, hanging out and chasing after stuff. Donald says apparently Chris Cat thinks he got special powers with the altered DNA. He pulled a rotted stump out of the ground. Wow. Are you serious? If a tree gets rotten enough, you can pull it up. Chris Cat. What's wrong with you, Chris Cat? Are you a moron? This guy, she's probably just playing along with his bullshit, Donald. She's probably just playing along with his bullshit. I pushed down many a rotted tree in the woods. Just come up and kick them. If they're rotten enough, they'll kick right off the ground. Gone. Or just fall into pieces, Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard, Chris Cat did like you, though. I thought, or you think that was pretending? Very possibly pretending, Mr. Lee. She may have been here just to spy for him. I don't know. She's connected with him, pretty heavily connected with him. So that makes me think it was just bullshit that she was acting like she liked this channel. Batmom says, I don't know, Donald. I hope you're pretending to be someone just to start up crap with him. I'm down if what's said is truth. I'm not okay with just stirring up fake stuff. Donald says, that isn't me. I don't hide. You starting to think that Chris Cat was here as a spy for Vault of Nonsense back in the day? Yeah. Mr. Lee says, you watched the Squatching Cowboy premiere yesterday? Fantastic. And he's provided the link conveniently for all of y'all. Just gathering evidence of all his lies. Well, don't get totally obsessed with it or anything, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, I mean, I don't know how much time you're spending on it, but you know, you don't want it to be a Moby Dick kind of situation where, you know, in the end it's just more trouble than it's worth. You're not going to really solve anything, kind of thing. But you know, it's good that you're. I mean, I guess somebody's got to keep an eye on him. Somebody's got to supervise his ass, and maybe you see some stuff that needs to be talked about. You know, in the logical side of things, like this guy is saying some stuff that's extreme, like potentially dangerous. Because the guy, there does seem to be something about this. If he's him and his violent threats is something to take seriously. So that's something to keep an eye on for sure. So it was great. Donald says still waiting to chat with Eric Prince and a couple more places. Spaghetti Western. Raptor says, Donald, nice to see you. I told you last year he was full of crap. Yeah. Donald's all over that dude's case, man. Volta nonsense, man. I mean, there's a lot of bullshitting going on over there. I can't believe anyone falls for it. Like, you can tell this guy is just a straight up bullshitter. So I don't know why anybody falls for his shit, but they do. They do fall for it. Wonder if I could find see if I can find a picture of that Yahoo. Maybe we can look at his snaggletooth. Oh man. Here. See his emblem, and some of these have his emblem. This is, I think, and this is a thumbnail that when the Media Palace used this thumbnail here. Hold on a second, I'll pop it up. Boom. Most dangerous man on YouTube. Donald says, Raptor been on him since he pulled that audio out on Moog's show. Yeah, that was stupid. Serious airhead. Yeah. That says, I don't think you would, Donald. I know you will bring the receipts. Bone says, Mr. Lee was a scene from the Outlaw Josie Wales movie. Angel says he isn't worth my time to watch him. Watched once to see if as bad as everyone said. Yeah, I'm sure he don't disappoint. The bullshit is thick. That one says, Donald, did you see where a James Franklin Williams was connected to a PO box? Guess where? James Williams being Dark Waters, better known here as Dark Sewage. Dark Sewage, if I recall, that's his name you just said right there. Raptor says, Donald, sorry, I don't remember that one. Do you have a clip around Vault's location? Michelle says, have we started calling receipts evidence now? Because I never ask for receipts. Yeah, that term's been really popular of recent times. Gotta bring your receipts. not typical terminology that I use, but a lot of people are using that terminology. That mom says, Donald, ding, ding. Got clips on a few of his F-ups. The most dangerous man on YouTube. Now, what are the odds? I think they are just playing a game that they are all still good. I'm not sure what that's about. Raptor says that Donald, I'm sorry, all I have is YouTube. I cannot go on other stuff like Facebook. Instagram, I will get in trouble. Was it like a company phone or something? Yeah, you using a company phone? Because I'm starting to think that's what's going on. Yep. Okay. That the beef is all scripted? Oh yeah. Yeah. Very possible. I mean, you know, if they're clever enough to stage a beef for clicks, perhaps get them hate clicks. Get them hate clicks going. Oh. Shine some light on the situation here. Mr. Lee says, Raptor crazy. Are you in witness protection? I don't think he's in witness protection. Probably not. Donald says, Raptor, I'll go make a clip right now. Raptor says, Mr. Lee, no, but lawyer has control. That's all I can tell you. Legal. Huh. Sounds cryptic. Very cryptic. Let me see if I can pull up. You got something good on Facebook, Donald, that we could show Raptor? Scrolling down through here, but I don't see that. The birthday wishes. Indeed, birthday wishes. Oh, already back to November already. Were you a bad boy, Raptor, says Donald. Raptor was a... Raptor's a bad boy, says Mr. Lee. You'll just go to the show and make one, Lock. What, like you're getting a clip out of his... you're getting a clip out of Bolt's... his bullshit. Yeah. Well, you ought to be able to find plenty of whoppers. Plenty of whoppers. The audio. Oh, you talking about the audio stuff? Yeah. Indeed, Donald. Wonder if I can get away with a clip out of the Lex here. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Raptor says at Lockbeard, I told you before, don't ask a lot of questions. My lawyers will contact you. Just leave it alone. I'm not a badass. Yeah. Well, everybody here chooses to believe that you are a badass. You're a badass. It's okay. It's perfectly fine.
EJ, are you gonna play in that silly old garden all day, or are you gonna play with me?
Garden. Good garden. Good virtue. Drink up. Garden is virtue. Oh. Cheer up, son. Garden is value. Home sweet home, potato.
Whatever makes you happy, dear.
And play it again. Stop playing. Yeah, that was a really, really weird show. Really weird show called Lex. Everybody should check it out if you like sci-fi at all, but you don't mind it being goofy as hell. Hopefully I didn't trip the censors and kill the channel. I don't think that clip would have, but you never know. Let me see here. Yeah, we're still rolling. Did Donald run off to make a clip? Let me see here. He usually sends me some stuff. Everything's running real slow though, because jacking into Facebook links up all those CIA satellites and slows everything down. I don't know why the CIA wants to spy on me, but it's no secret I hate you. It's no secret I hate you guys. Man, it's taking forever to load up. I know know he sent me some stuff. Yeah, like this here. It's always a bad idea to try to load up stuff in the middle of the stream because just it bogs things down too. That's a long video there. Tom Cruise is in the chat, I see. Tom Cruise, you need to make some more good movies so Mr. Lee can enjoy them. Oops. No, you can go off. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Tom Cruise, Mr. Lee has enjoyed all your movies, and he especially liked Top Gun Maverick. So I think you need to make another Top Gun. Yep, you need to make another Top Gun. Lady says, to illustrate, people like us do things like this. Ken Wheeler talking about buying ground in Kentucky with a cabin and how good it will be for him and what a smart investment it is. Tom Cruise says, join Scientology today. Don't waste your life. I have a new movie coming out. Excellent. Good to hear, Tom Cruise. Mr. Lee, you had to say it, didn't you? Top Gun is rubbish. You're gonna hurt Tom Cruise's feelings, man. You're gonna hurt Tom Cruise's feelings.
We'll set up camp here.
Where the fuck are you going?
We're following the trail.
I'd where? How you suppose you're gonna do this?
I have a plan. Just start a damn fire.
Start the fucking fire, Don. You start the fucking fire, you lazy fucking bastard. Not tracking shit. Take me to hell for all I know. Fucking ass.
Does the Bigfoot get him? You're going to have to watch. That video I just put, I'm putting the link in the chat here for that video. You sent that link to me in my DMs at Facebook. I'm just going to get out of the chat though because it's less taxing on the computer. Facebook really jacks things up. Oops, hold on a second. I gotta get it on the screen. We got it on there. There it goes. Top Gun rubbish. Sent the DM. Cool story. This is a cool story that video was just showing, which is at that link. Raptor says that Lockbeard, I'm not spying on you. I like your channel. I don't think you're spying on me. I think Chris Cat was though. Oh no, yeah, but it's fine. You can send it however you want. I was on Facebook there, but But anyway, so this is where Vault Keeper was on Moogs. For anyone that doesn't know, I think everybody probably knows here. This is when Vault Keeper went on Moogs and played this audio that comes out of a freaking movie. This moron, this imbecile, and these guys all know. These guys all know that he's blowing smoke up their ass.
It's loud.
Now you're saying this was recorded 3 days ago?
Sorry, guys. That could be anything. That could be distorted through any means, through a simple PA system, fed back through a microphone. You know, I'm sorry. That is not proof of anything. Yeah, that's a weird sound, but it's. I could do that. I could do that in 5 minutes and play it back to you.
It's loud.
Yeah, nobody was buying his bullshit that night. Mr. Lee says, anyone remember the show called Northern Exposure? I love that show, man. That video make you think of that, Mr. Lee? Yeah, I used to watch that sometimes. Not religiously, but Lady Wood says, I love Northern Exposure too, Mr. Lee. Funny show. Everyone I knew in Alaska hated it. Mr. Lee says, they won't put it online, though. Too many song copyrights. Too many song copyrights. Lady says, probably wasn't very realistic then, Okabone. Still, it was funny. Ben Bart says he liked it too, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee says, Donald, I have all recorded on VHS. Not realistic, but very funny. I forget the name of the movie that this audio come from, but we've played it here before. So I don't know if we want to try and pull that up or not, but anyway, he's full of shit, just completely full of shit, and he makes violent threats against people. And people just eat it up, man, because they want to believe the fairy tales that he tells. And, you know, this is the kind of thing, like, there's got to be some pushback. I know some people are like, just leave it. Nah, man, this guy, people got to call this kind of bullshit out. They got to call this shit out. He's scamming people. And he needs to go away. Go away out of it. Stop confusing people that are coming into this, because people get into it and they end up down all these rabbit holes and they just get lost. They'll end up over on How to Hunt and watch Ishtal read emails that are completely unvetted, and people are probably just sending them all kinds of bullshit. Hell, some of y'all should send your stories in, like fake stories. Make some shit up, email them to him, and then watch to see if he reads them. And then we could do a big, call out. Yeah, he read Donald's story here. He read Angel's story here. He read Mr. Lee's story here. He read Icon's story here. And everybody's watching his channel and believing all this crap. All he's doing is reading emails, and people are believing. They're believing, he's in communication with a nuclear physicist who works for the government, who says that Bigfoot shows up at nuclear power plants and all this stuff, and it gets pretty wild over there. Any chance transferring the digital computer? There was a Bigfoot movie. Yeah, that audio there, that come from a Bigfoot movie. The legend, wasn't it just a legend of Bigfoot or something like that? Mr. Lee says, I believe the audio came from Boggy Creek Monster. No, I think it's called The Legend of Bigfoot. I can't send Uncle Bones a link there. Mr. Lee says, Donald, if I got time, I will try for you. Dude was cracked. Yeah. Lady says, people with any real investment in the subject, people that may advance the subject, won't stay with any of those channels very long. Yeah, but the problem is the money is all going, to people like Vault instead of the people who will never ever spend bullshit and will try to use it towards the goal of actually getting some real evidence, some real facts, instead of just bullshit stories and completely fabricated bullshit that you hear over on Vault's channel. So that's a problem. Like with it's with different channels. There's one channel I don't really want to say, I don't want to say anything about that channel, but anyway, people over there just throwing money at them and nothing. They're not, they act like they're trying to find shit, but they never ever will. And not to say that anybody will. I'm just saying that channel is clearly Bigfoot bullshit, Bigfoot bullshit. So they let anyone come over there and say any kind of bullshit, and they're just looking to get their grift on the subject. I actually want answers. Now, I've had people tell me they don't want discovery to happen. And I disagree with that perspective. I think the discovery, well, one, anyone that thinks that the government isn't fully aware of what Bigfoot is exactly and has specimens is mistaken. So it's already discovered by the Bigfoot. What I'm wanting to do is reveal its existence to the public so that they know that the government's been hiding it. Because as soon as people know that Bigfoot are real, they're going to know. They should, if they have any sense in their head at all, they should know that the government has been hiding it from them. Because there's no way the government does not know. There's no way. I mean, I know some people can't seem to understand this, but the government has to know. And if we can get the public to understand Bigfoot's real, then they're going to immediately know that the government's been hiding Bigfoot from us as well as the UFOs. Now, you would think they'd already be questioning it because they finally come clean and admitted UFOs are real, but people are just like, whatever. A lot of people are not responding very, they don't even care. They don't even care. Do they understand how big this is? The government admitting that they have lied to us for decades about their knowledge of UFOs, and possibly from the very beginning of the country. It could be. We could be talking about 200 years of lies, and then maybe even centuries more of lies from the British government. I'm kind of wondering if all these governments for centuries and centuries have known, but they keep it a secret for some reason from the people. Donald says, wait a minute. Did I read these? I already read that. Donald says, the time he told them innocent people in Florida his 400 shots on a dog man was so effed up. Yeah. Lady says, the rest of the people who just want entertainment, who are any of us say what they should or could watch. Oh, they can watch entertainment, but I just demand that people who are presenting entertainment say so. that there needs to be a clear line between legitimate inquiry into the subject of Bigfoot and people that are just telling stories and they're entertainment only. So that needs to there needs to be that delineation. And that's why, like I was trying to, when I first started up the channel, talk about, like the people on the logical side of the subject, setting up basically an organization to evaluate different notable people involved in the subject of Bigfoot, evaluate them and find out if they are legitimately inquiring into the subject of Bigfoot, maybe even legitimate scientists, people that are approaching it with a scientific point of view, proper investigative techniques, logical reasoning. And then have a list. So, if you're wondering if a particular YouTube channel is a bullshit channel or not, you would look to this organization to tell you what their evaluation of that particular channel is. And it'd be like, look, this channel is purposely spinning bullshit. This channel, like they might say that my channel is trying to do a logical scientific investigation into the subject of Bigfoot. Then they would say that the Vault of Nightmares channel is just a complete bullshit channel, lying about everything. And then they would look at Peter Kane's channel and say this is a comedy channel, not a hoaxer. It's comedy. Vault is a hoaxer. Peter Kane is a comedian. And but getting people on board with that, and it's such a big thing, because you basically got to investigate a bunch of people, and start building up a database, and that would be costly and time consuming, and an individual would have to give up all their life to even begin to scratch the surface on that project. But so I don't think it's ever going to happen. But Donald says Sasquatch, the legend of Bigfoot. Oh yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Very Third Reichy to me. What is Very Third Reichy? What is Very Third Reichy? Angel says, if he acknowledges that they are unvetted stories, fine for entertainment, but not truth. Yeah. Rapper says, thank you, Donald, and thank you, Lockbeard. I did not see this video. I had to work, but that sound was originally on YouTube when it first started. Airplane Siren and Plunger. Mr. Lee says, how could Vault put that audio out and claim it as his own? He thinks we're stupid. Yeah, Mr. Lee. I think he thinks everybody's stupid. See if I can pull up the and that whole movie's on YouTube, it looks like. And everything is running so slow. Lady says, none of our business how anyone spends their money. Figure out how to earn the same attention. Yeah, this is the way. This is the way. By converting people from watching that shit to watching shit that's legit. This is the way. Uncle Lon says, Icon, heck of a boat. That's in that video he sent him earlier. Donald says, Raptor, it was done with a bell and a string like a violin. Roger Peterson created it. Lady says, I want answers as well. I'm slowly working on both real and online. Real world and online. May get there, may not. Mr. Lee says, it was Cowboy that first called Vault out on the audio clip, as I recall. Icon says, quite a lady back when Bud knew what one of those was. Government only knows what is useful to the government. Yeah, which to them is all information. They acquire all information. Like with Bigfoot, the scary thought about with Bigfoot would be that the government would be using them for experimentation, horrendous, evil experimentation. Donald said he is using this hid by the government bullshit, which is the first thing stolen valor jerks do. So they have a way, it's all classified. The dude's so cloak and dagger, he has to grift money. Icon says, Bones, don't know. I just had an idea. We need to send one of those to Mr. Lee and let him loose in the canals. Donald says, Mr. Lee, I did too and got piled on by all the Dark Water camp on Sean's show. Dark Waters camp. Raptor says that Donald, I did not know that the video I saw said it was a air siren that you crank with a plunger. Thanks for the upload. I didn't see that one that you posted. Appreciate it. Investigation takes a long time and energy. Yeah, it does. What about just a list of reliable channels? I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. At the time, I called it the like the paranormal high council. So it'll be a group of people who investigate and basically just create like a website and keep a list that anyone can access at any time and see like, okay, these are people we've evaluated. We found these people to be hoaxers, these people to be comedians, and these people to be a legitimate scientific inquiry. Mr. Lee agree 100%, says Raptor. Donald, take him down and do some Hong Kong Phooey on him. Mr. Lee says that was a good Moog show, though. It was a good Moog show, he says. Donald says, I'm trying, Raptor. If I get contact with the guy, I'm trying now. He'll be put in his place. Be safe with it, yeah. Making tea better be good. Let me see if I can get to the. We've done this before, but Raptor, where does the howl happen? Like 3 minutes. All right. We've done this. We'll do again. Hold on. Let me. For Christ's sake. So this is the sound that Vault Keeper played on Moog's show.
It's loud.
And then here is the movie Sasquatch: The Legend of Bigfoot, 1976. And we'll go back to Mogs. Yeah. Same sound. Same damn sound. Quite a few minutes. Yeah, it's about 3 minutes in. Look at Moog's show. Look at Moog's face. Yeah, you could tell. He knows it's bullshit, Mr. Lee. He knows. Moog's called him out. Moog said it immediately after it was played on Moog's show. Anyways, he got called out, that douchebag. Donald says Moog's never really called him out directly. He just made a I doubt it type of question. It's been a long time. I mean, this is the 44-second clip you got here. Let's see, right there, you know, Moog's knows. Well, I didn't get that clip back on there. Moog's knows. He 3 days ago, he already knows it's bullshit. He already knows. Look at that. Look at that look on his face. That's his. This is bullshit. Look. It's bullshit. You can see. He knows. Sounds like a retarded Tarzan either way. So Voodoo Cadillac says, Miss Lee, did you make me some tea too, you knucklehead? Donald says, is that it's in that clip I sent? Moog said, no, that was from the 70s. No, they ain't no fun. Johnny Weissmuller, what? She's talking about Mr. Lee. Icon says, good seeing you too, Bat Mom. Chessboard says, Sasquatch, the Legend of Bigfoot archive search. What's up? Is that a different clip than this here? Oops. Man, movies used to be so stupid. Voodoo Cadillac, several tea strains. Man, nothing is working. Well, come on. Things are getting locked up. Let's just shut this whole thing off. Yeah, welcome to the chat chessboard. Voodoo says, I prefer a green knucklehead tea with a hint of sweetener. This releases Lockbird. You never watched Tarzan Cheetah? Oh, yeah, when I was a kid. Yeah. Yep, I did. I'm wondering what this link is that Chessboard's putting up in here. There's a bunch of things on here. I don't know if any of this is what we need to look at. Because we pretty much showed, I mean, the sound is the same as the sound in this movie. So, Don says, you see the one Nikki played last week for her movie night? It's a joke of a production. Did not see that. Mr. Lee says, Voodoo. Me too, no sweetener, though. Donald Fuller, how it goes, it says icon. Yeah, summer has arrived, and my computer is not happy with the heat. And it's hard to make anything do anything. It's really slow. So probably not going to be doing any long live streams and stuff like that because it's just too hard on the computer, and it's going to break if I keep testing it. So I need to give it a rest with all this playing videos and linking up with Facebook and all that stuff. So thank y'all for hanging out. Mr. Lee says, you all better be ready for my samurai chatter I recorded in the woods for my movie. Just saying. Voodoo says, good to see you, Mr. Lee. Got notification and decided to drop in for a minute. Awesome. Thanks for dropping in, Voodoo. I don't even know if you can take these MacBook Airs apart. Icon says, Donald, we had summer a month ago. I think we're back to fall. Yeah, I mean, but it's not the dust though, Donald. It's legitimately just too hot. I don't have AC in the van. Icon says, yeah, when was the last time you blew out your computer? There's no way to do it. Like, it's a MacBook Air. It's this thin thing. It don't even have, like a MacBook Air. I don't know if you know, I think I've talked about this before about how I kind of wish I'd gotten the next upgrade, the MacBook Pro, I think it's called, because it has an actual cooling system in it. These MacBook Airs have a crap cooling system. So, 3 likes. Thank you, Mr. Lee. Ice packs is needed. I have a feeling the condensation would end up in a problem. Got 50 degrees and drizzle and a cold breeze off the lake. Man, I would love to have that right now. It is burning up out here. Burning up out here. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. And I don't know what we'll be talking about next Saturday. I don't know. Clowns? Should we talk about clowns?
Was it like a circus clown or a hobo clown or what?
What's the difference?
Hobo clowns are the most dangerous because they're hungry.
Very well at all. Didn't look like it worked on my end.
Type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and
Ghost.
brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes. The dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Enough, I get the point.
Aliens.
Jesus Christ. Oh, can we try the big silver one again?
Man, see, on my end, it looked like it cut the end off of that, but whatever. Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard, you can take your computer for service. It's money well spent, telling you. Yeah, with what money? No monies. There's no monies. No monies. No monies. Chessboard says, hello, Lockbeard. And everybody, well, hello, Chessboard. Thank you, lady. Clown's already interested. I don't know if they count as a cryptid, though. Grifter Clown, says Donald. Mr. Lee says, thank you, Lockbeard. Show short, though. 2 hours. Over 2 hours, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, when there's money coming in, we can talk about more and time. Because, you know, if I have enough money where I can have a proper place that's cooled and my computer, because the computer doesn't work worth a shit, so I can't really do much. But if that money is the result of me spending time on other stuff too much where I don't have time for YouTube, then it's not going to translate to more YouTube, you know. So so that's the issue. Time, money, somewhere between those things, this happens or doesn't happen. Masseteria and clowns would be interesting. Nikon says, cut the ends off most of your clips. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what the heck StreamYard did to screw all that up, because used to they were fine. Sent them to Washington. Tom Cruise says, show me money. Exactly, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, you got lots of money. Hook us up. Mr. Lee, you're so abusive to Tom. All right. We need to shut her down. Thanks for dropping in, everybody, and I'll see you next time.